Okay, now at this point in the video, I have to take you back to 1998 when I got hurt and when I went off and started, experimenting with other things that I had grew up with, right? Because I can only talk about things I know. I know some about farming, I know about trucking, and I know about money. I know about putting things together in a cognitive way. Because, like we talked about on our video about blessings that no one watched hardly, is that God gives all of us different tools and things like that, right? These are some of my tools, just things, how to put things together in my head, like in a Rubik's Cube. All right, so now we're going to go into that part of the video, and at the end, we'll meet back here for the forward section of the video. At the end of this video, there's a song, and I want you to apply that song to our life. Okay, so all the while, I still had the back business in my mind and what was going to get me there. But no matter what the business is, the avenue, the point is financial security. Because all of us, most people in the world, in America anyway, are not financially solvent. We spend almost everything we make, or we don't understand where the money goes, or we're too lazy to track the money, and somebody else spends the money and then you don't have it. And then something happens and you just go, oh well. That's really what happens, guys. It happened to me before, didn't it? No money, and there should have been lots of money. All right, so I just keep looking, hunting and pecking for years. I chase down leads, and there's always something in the way. So about 6 years ago, this is 2020, so it's like about 2015, 2014, I approached a pork producer and went through their process because I've got 30 acres, right, to get approved for a pork barn. It was going to cost about $1 million to get involved in it, and although my credit score is only 750, at the time my assets were at about $650,000, $700,000, right? So an asset is something that you can borrow against. So I went through the process, and they really liked us, everything about us, right? Everything about our background and our abilities and our thoughts. But over the next 2 years, I went through dozens of properties, and there was always a problem with the property. It was like, this property is perfect, but it's too close to a church, or this property is perfect, but it's too close to another pork producer, or it's too close to a turkey farm, or something like that, right? Went on for years. Finally, I gave up. They called me a year later, and they was like, hey, why don't you just take over one of our existing houses that somebody wanted to get rid of. I looked at a few of them. One of them was too far away. The price was right, but I didn't want to go that far away from my kids and everything. But I will say, you do have to follow the money. If you don't follow the money, you're not serious about your life. All right. So then I found another one, and it was a bankruptcy property because they went through a death in the family, and then no one knew how to handle anything, right? That one, they wanted $850, and I would only go $650, and we ended up not meeting an agreement. Then they went in bankruptcy and lost it all. So see, that's what happens when you're greedy, right? All right. In the process of looking for more barns, I did find one that fit my needs. Still too far away. It was 70 miles away. And the price was $500,000. So the price was good. kept it on the back burner in my mind. Check on it, check on it, check on it. Nobody's buying it, right? So I checked on it recently, and the price had come down to 400,000. And I was like, that's I can maybe work with that, right? I didn't originally go hog in for it because it was 20 years old. So I went and had a look at it and everything, and it's in good shape. I made a bid on it, and I bid like what was a bid? Oh, $350, and we ended up settling on $362.50. Now this is the end game that I'm talking about when you're driving down the road in a truck. And if you're a company, I've known company drivers that's had 401ks and things like that the company just gave to them more or less as pension plans, back when there was pension plans, and they converted it over to 401ks. I mean, maybe if you've got a bunch of money in that and you retire and spend it, you're not thinking right, all right? But I don't look at that. I look at that as security, but not security if you're going to spend it. Security is keeping that money and living off the interest as best you can. That way you don't ever have to worry about money. All right? So I contact the producer of this farm, and I have a meeting with them. And they're like, yeah, we love you. Come on over. We'll give you a 5-year contract. In the process, I found 2 or 3 more barns that are in the $1.6 million range altogether. 8, 16, yeah, $1.6 million. So they're in play also. If you just think in trucking, you can spend a lot of money and you can go broke, because every dime you're making is on the back of someone else. I mean, they might be getting a good paycheck and everything else, but without that person, you can't do. Without in every job, in every opportunity, someone is working and you're getting paid, and they're getting paid. So everyone is benefiting. I mean, some people might say, "Oh, you made that money off somebody's back." Well, hell yeah, I did. This is my truck, and the guy that owns this company, he's making money off my back, and I'm totally okay with that. That's how it works. But in doing what I'm working on doing here, I hope to benefit other truckers, because they may not be thinking about the things that I've thought about it for 30 years. They may have not an unrealistic out plan in trucking, and I don't want to quit trucking, but you still have to plan it. You plan every relationship with an exit plan. You plan every business with an exit plan. Everything you go through in life, you better have an exit plan, because somebody else might have an exit plan. So it's even better if you can agree on an exit plan, right? I wonder if you can LLC a marriage. I don't know. Yeah, you can. It's called a prenuptial. How about that? Anyway, I got to watch this back and see where I'm going. Okay, so anyway, what it comes down to is now my net worth is $875,000 instead of $6 something, right? I got a decent amount of money in the bank. I've got property. I've got cash on hand at any time. I got gold and I got silver. I got an IRA. We got 2 IRAs and all kinds of stuff, right? There's so many things that you can do in your life to better your long-range outcome that I could have done earlier, and a lot of them was out of my range because of my worth. All right, So anyway, long and short, I put in a bid for this barn, and it was not a pork barn. It was a chicken barn. In 1998, when I originally started looking for this kind of opportunity, it was Tyson chicken barns I was looking at, right? And I didn't have the money to get involved in it. Just got to work in it for a little bit for free to learn it, right? And learn the books and stuff like that and how everything worked. This is one such barn. Actually, like I said, there's 3 in play. I'm going to save the rest of them for 6 months down the road, but I'm going to go ahead and buy this one. The bank approved me. The producer approved me. I have a truck driver that is going to live in the property. His family is going to work the farm. Between living on the property and having electricity, internet, heating, and everything provided, it's about a $30,000 package, right? Plus the pay that I will be paying the family. That will allow a truck driver to live there, have somewhere to park his truck, have somewhere to plug it in if he needs to. He can still go to work every day and be a truck driver. He can, but now instead of spending $1,500 or $1,800 a month in rent and utilities and all that kind of stuff, he can put that money in his pocket. So I'm trying to help my brother truckers out, and yes, I'm going to make money off of this particular barn. It will pay me $87,000 a year, and I think that's still a fair proposition. The other chicken barns will not pay me as much, but there are other opportunities in the fish department, because I've done some thing with the agriculture department raising fish, and so I will raise fish. Those fish will be the real profit in the business, not the chickens. But and I'm not even sinking my other properties or assets into this. I put $75,000 down. I've got it in cash. It's down. It's a done deal. We'll take it over sometime about today, probably, right? Maybe next week. I mean, it'll be complete. As far as we're just waiting for closing right now, and that's about 2 more months out. But this is not going to be the end of my trucking journey. I'm always looking for the next way to make money. So it's going to end up. I'll buy 2 more of these ARF sleepers, and I'll put a team in them. They'll make $170,000 a year. You think that may not be a great profit? Well, we're going to split it. It'll be 50-50 sort of deal, right? And after expenses, I got the expense of the truck. And every opportunity that I offer someone will involve profit sharing also, because that's the only way to do things. And let people make up their own mind in a lot of other ways. So now you know the backstory, and you know the front story. But we still don't know the ending because it hasn't been written yet. Hopefully it'll be a long time before it's written. Alright, if I can help anyone achieve their goals, then I will. Always help people. But I have to look out for my goals too. But don't ever say, I got to take care of mine first. Because sometimes you got to sacrifice to help other people. But spreading information is free.
Heading back to what used to be home, passing by those little towns I know so well, stopping for gas and then I'm behind the wheel again. Driving is like a spiritual cleanse, where every mile is a new beginning and every bend holds a new end. Eyes on the road, don't lose control. I'm speeding fast to chase my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting lose control. I'm living fast, I've lost my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day. How did I get caught? The walls are caving in. How come I got lost in this endless spin? Why do I feel so empty deep within? Where did I go wrong? Eyes on the goal, don't lose control. I'm living fast, I lost my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day. Eyes on the road, don't lose control.